Welcome to Sweeping the Country. I'm your host, Derik Walker. My co-host, the very famous Mr. Jimmy Carter. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, I tell you, I'm ready to UFC you.
Oh,
I've
let's
watched
go.
my
Get in
first.
the
I had
octagon.
never watched one of those wrestling things before.
Well, it's funny that you say
I'd
that.
passed through it, saw it on TV.
But it's funny that you
actually,
said
I
that.
sort of liked it.
Okay, so it's funny that you said that because it's not really a wrestling thing, but it becomes that.
And it's not boxing.
It's a mixture. It's kind of like you can punch, kick, or throw me down and break my arm.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't quite understand how they decide when it's over, other than the guy was getting the crap beat out of him.
Yeah.
But it's kind of an arbitrary thing by the judge. He decides it's over.
Or they can tap out. They can. So if
I didn't know if those people had tapped out.
yeah, it's a tap out.
Beat. Okay, they were tapping out.
So it's usually you're hurting me so bad I give up, or I'm passed out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm passed
Well,
out.
they were hurting them pretty bad.
It's a real fight. That's what I kind of like about it. It's a real fight. And
yeah, I mean, the boxing was called the sport of kings, I guess, gentleman's sport.
Yeah.
Because there were rules. And the wrestling thing, I did a little of that in junior high. And
Yeah.
That's okay, but this is got martial arts and got a little everything in it.
Yeah,
so I
like it.
I can see the appeal.
Mm-hmm.
I had no trouble seeing the appeal. Whether it should have been at the White House, I don't know.
That's a weird
but you
thing.
go back in history.
Yeah.
I mean, during the days of Andrew Jackson and others, there was all kinds of stuff going on at the White House.
Yeah.
It hasn't always been this fortress, that just is there. Like, and maybe it should be. And as we've seen with this, there's some people, by the way, that don't believe this terrorist thing, because they're on the other side, and anything involving Trump, they don't believe.
Right.
And so I believe the Secret Service and FBI in this case. I don't think they made this up. I mean, these guys were creepy dudes.
Mm-hmm.
They had the guns. Now, whether they could have pulled off the drone thing, I don't know. There's anti-drone stuff at the White House.
Yeah,
but what they were planning to do was different. See, people would think that these people were going to do some attack straightforward with a drone. No, they were going to run it into the executive office building or any other building around there, and that way it would cause a panic and force people to leave. I can tell you that all those people in that area, the only way to get out of there was one exit by the Treasury Department, maybe two, but I think one, and two exits on the other side where the limousines come in and where they came in. And so they wanted to start shooting people that were coming out of there, not necessarily on the White House grounds, but within a block.
I got you.
And I just drove this, and I know that I could have had anything I wanted to have, in there. And so could these people. So it's not an impossibility of what they were trying to do. Yeah. Scary as that is.
So you're saying, and I didn't know the whole story. So you're saying they were going to cause kind of a diversion.
Going to do the drone to cause a diversion
to get people
to
funnel
be evacuated
out
from there,
and then hit them there.
And then on the way out, shoot them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always something we don't think of, right? And that's one of those.
They were going to rush the gate after that because they were talking about 20 people here. Or so.
Golly. And
they were talking about rushing the gate.
What was the overall purpose of the attack? Is that clear?
I'm sure. And they had some escape plan too.
Yeah.
Just to be terrorists and they don't like what's going on and
so this is anti-Trump stuff?
I didn't even read all that stuff. Okay. I just know that there was a purpose and there was, a plan and they did have weapons and I don't know how they were going to get to Washington and all that stuff. Yeah. On this, but I don't know.
Wow, fascinating.
But
well, thank
I just
you for
don't think it was something that the FBI or Secret Service made up because everybody believes everything is a conspiracy, or they just don't believe anything Trump says or does.
Yeah, so true,
and justifiably so in a lot of cases. Because I mean, all through this Iran conflict, we have destroyed their military, we've destroyed their navy when we had not clearly. They were shooting missiles all the time and drones coming out of mountains, and we obviously had not obliterated, what they did. So
there was I
wish he hadn't have said that.
No, I agree with you, but I also think there was a huge disconnect in who we were talking to and who was actually pulling the strings. I think nobody had the right head of the state, let's say, to negotiate.
When you kill the top 39 people in the government,
what are you going to do? Yeah,
I don't think they did that, and I don't know what they expected to happen. I think they expected with the 39 people we whacked out, maybe the people will just come back and take over. But they just didn't read that right.
I agree. I agree.
Whether it's the Israelis or whoever.
But isn't that always the case with that section of the world? Nobody seems to get it right. We always think, oh, it'll be over, or it'll be quick. And it's never over, and it's never quick.
What it seems. Never what it seems.
Never what it seems. Never.
So
Crazy.
the whole thing with whether we're going to let them keep missiles and all that stuff. But the bottom line is, I think Trump was told this was going to be 4 or 5 days, a week at the most, and it's gone on like this. It's been a political awfulness.
Yeah, it's been terrible for that. Yeah,
I wouldn't say a disaster because maybe it'll be over, but it hasn't been good. The first one was really pretty good when they had the B-2 bombers bomb the mountain and they knock the stuff way down in the ground where they can't get it. I think that was successful. And I don't think anybody, some people were down on it, but I think most people had to say, well, we accomplished that. Wow. And that was pretty bold of the United States to do it and everything else. And then this one, well, we thought we were chopping the head off the snake. I don't doubt that we did, but this snake kept coming out with other snakes.
Well, yeah,
it wasn't just one snake.
Right.
These
it was
IRGC
a seven-headed
people,
snake.
And the big deal for all of this was we don't want to, have mass casualties. We don't have an argument with the people of Iran. We have problems with the mullahs and some of that. And we stayed away from anything involving mass casualty. We stayed away from everything that was going to disrupt their economy after this was over with. So we didn't bomb any of the real big oil places. We make it possible for them to make money. So I guess the only thing you can do is end this, and if they don't behave, you bomb them again.
Yeah, that's the only
Worse
thing.
Worse than the time before, and you really knock them this time. So,
yeah. Do they learn that lesson then, or is this just a lesson that keeps revolving?
I think they just want to get out of this. I think they were getting hurt financially because they weren't able to make any money. And I think they were ready to save face and get this over with. They didn't want any more bombs either.
Yeah.
And so we just got to keep an eye on them and see what they're up to. If they're going to replenish and have more missiles, and have missiles that are aiming toward Israel. I don't know how that's going to all work.
Right.
But we weren't going to ever invade with 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 troops.
Yeah.
We just weren't going to do it. Short of them blowing up one of our cities or something like that, we felt we had to, reciprocate.
How does the Netanyahu angle fit in here? Because he's not exactly walking the line, right? He's crossing back and forth, and he's our ally. So how does that do we have no control over that?
I guess we just have to hope that Iran calms down with Hezbollah, which they've no interest in doing in the last 40 years.
Right.
And then to keep Israel from having to retaliate. And
it's just wild.
I think the big thing was Trump had to get out of this and get out now, and that's why I'm sure the deal is not completely what he wants, but he had to get out of that and say, okay, well, they're not going to have nuclear weapons and whatever else that they've agreed to, and the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open. And then he's going to change the subject. He's going to talk about algae in the swimming pool or whatever.
Well, he might even talk about the jelly roll divorce. I don't know.
Yeah, he may talk about anything to keep people from talking about, this thing in the Middle East.
Right.
So.
No, I think you're right on with that. I think it's going to move on. We're moving on to something else. Will it be the economy now? Will we focus on? I don't know.
Well, gas prices are going down, so that's good.
That's good, yeah.
And, we're into the real getting to be in the hardcore political season.
Mm-hmm. So that'll get interesting.
The elections are coming for November.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to see much go on in Congress. Pretty soon, they're going to be out campaigning.
Yeah, which I've often thought, what a crazy I guess job that is, because here you are elected to do something and you're spending 50% of the time trying to get your next job, right? And where else do you get paid to job hunt? It's like,
and then have all these, not all of these, but a lot of these people that are running for office, they go up there and they don't have much, and then in a couple of years they're millionaires.
You got $5 million, yeah. It's something screwy there. It's funny because I got kind of involved in the SpaceX IPO thing. A lot of people got crazy about that, and I bought some. I'll just say it. I bought some, and so far so good. But I bought it for like a 10-year thing, and so I was very very happy with that. But when you look at that whole hype thing and you watch what's going on and you get kind of sucked into that, you get all this news. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is good. This is bad. The economy's terrible. Yet all these, millionaires and trillionaires. Are people okay with no more millionaires and we start having trillionaires? Is that cool?
Well, I think what people are doing, and you're seeing this with, the mayor of New York City and some of these other people, where the people on the low end of the pay scale,
yeah,
we're the thing that made this country great was the middle class.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Particularly after World War II, when those soldiers came home and they got married, they built homes, affordable homes,
mm-hmm.
had jobs, and things went great, from the 50s forward. And I think the people that aren't making the money because things are so ridiculously expensive, that they're turning toward socialism and in some cases communism. And you're seeing that because they want free this, free groceries, free bus rides, free streaming, free everything, because that's what socialism and communism promises you. And they're just desperate to try to find an answer of anything.
Interesting.
Because they're undereducated and undermotivated. And the jobs, also the people that used to, make socks and work in textile plants and do a lot of things, all that was sent overseas, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So it took, and now China has got all the beautiful roads and the big military and all that. And they did it by building stuff that we used to build in this country.
That is it's a fascinating look. I mean, I'm looking through your eyes right now and I see that perfectly, but I've not heard anybody talk about that yet. Really, I really haven't. I mean, obviously we have lost a lot of jobs over the years, but to section out a group in the economy, whether it's a blue collar group or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the car makers, that's
all
one
that.
thing Trump has tried to get all back in the United States, but we gave up, look at any product that you have.
Yeah, it's scary.
It used to be made in the United States. And the joke was, there used to be some, I remember when I was little, if something came from Japan, if it was made in Japan, it was crap.
I remember that.
And that was in the 50s.
I remember.
And some 60s. And then their stuff got better. And, and their electronic stuff got better.
Mm-hmm.
Sony, for example. And they became a top drawer.
Yeah.
And then we started during the early days of Walmart and some of that stuff. He was trying to push American made, but somewhere along the line, we started to sell to China and make money out of China, whether it was selling them chicken or wood from the Northwest or chicken from Tyson
soybeans,
chicken, soybeans. And that was during the Clinton years that a lot of that stuff went to China, and everybody thought it was kind of okay.
That's so wild.
Apple went over there to build iPhones, and your iPhone and all the early ones came from somewhere in China. I used to watch it on FedEx. It would leave the factory, go to somewhere, get on a plane in China, then fly to wherever, and then eventually get here. But I remember seeing that. It's just the whole manufacturing base of China was built up after World War II.
So let me ask you a question, because that's been building for a long time. So what's happened to Mexico? Mexico makes a bunch of stuff too, but they don't seem to have the roads and the army and all that in Mexico.
They're just a mess.
Is that a cartel thing?
The drug cartels have.
Yeah.
There are certainly a lot of rich people down there that have made big fortunes off of the drug business, and but they've got oil and they've got natural resources and other things too.
Yeah.
And I watch. I don't know. It's weird. I follow some things. A thing called Flight Aware. Some of you may have that, and you can see where the planes are.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And if you look every afternoon, around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, look down around Monterrey, Mexico, which is, in the, if you're looking at Mexico on a map, it's like in the middle. And there's a lot of manufacturing there. I'm not sure exactly what they're manufacturing, but they sure ship a lot of FedEx stuff out of there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. FedEx planes, UPS, all of them are flying a lot out of central Mexico flying every day.
Interesting. And you can see this. You can track it.
You can see the planes, that are coming out of there, going down there. And so there's manufacturing in Mexico like there is in Canada, certain things. But the United States just walked away from so many things. We became a service economy.
Mm-hmm.
Like our big industry is DoorDash, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is really,
right. You're right.
That's where a lot of the new jobs have come from.
Mm-hmm.
Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, those service jobs.
Interesting.
And I don't think that's not a good thing to build the economy on.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to get back to some of the manufacturing, which we're, the last couple of years, Hyundai, for example, huge in Montgomery, Alabama, and getting bigger all the time.
They're there now.
BMW is big in South Carolina.
Is it really?
Getting bigger all the time.
Huh.
Same way with Tennessee is a big car manufacturing. Mississippi, northern Mississippi, Toyota has a big truck plant.
Mm-hmm.
And Alabama's got Mercedes plants and Honda plants and Hyundai plants and all kinds of cars.
So that's good. That's good, right?
That's a good thing. And so that's a good manufacturing deal. So that's really been helpful. But we need more of that, making other things. And I think they're doing a lot of it around Huntsville for the space program.
Yep, I've heard that.
Places. So I think some of the things are on the right track. But like today, the Federal Reserve didn't do anything. They just said, no, we're not.
No, we're going to hold right now. We're going to hold steady.
Hold it.
And they've even talked
of all
about
this gas business. The gas being, was going down, but it needs to go down a lot more. And we need to see some of, diesel. And I always forget about diesel. Diesel's what really is the problem.
Yeah,
not so much
more
gas,
than gas.
because
Yeah,
diesel's been high as a kite for a long time, and all your trucks that do most of the delivery are diesel.
Mm-hmm. And I will say this, and this is just from being in business for myself for 15 years, the price is really quick to go up when the fuel prices go up.
Mm-hmm.
It's very slow to come down because that's where those huge margins are created. So if you're a business person and you push up with the diesel and then you say, oh, it's coming down, well, let's keep it here for a little while. And then we're going to bring it down over here, instead of, and that fattens your pocketbook for unforeseen problems down the road or whatever. But it also increases your profits for a short time. So they're slow to come down, but they are coming down, right? They're starting.
Someone said, I saw some report said that we will not have gas prices where they were, like at $2.80 a gallon, which is what they were maybe a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, so we won't see that again before 2031.
Wow,
it's going to take that long to come back.
Jimmy, the bearer of bad news. God,
I don't shoot the messenger.
Okay,
that's what they were saying. So I don't know if that's any more true than anything else.
But I do believe that
everything just keeps going up in price. Here's something like today: Apple is raising their prices due to memory chip crunch. Tim Cook said that they plan to raise prices to offset the surging cost of memory and storage chips.
Well, let's get the Micron plant up and running and get this stuff built right here,
the Samsung plant
man.
In Taylor, Texas, and all these places.
Come on, yeah.
They're all trying to get them up.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
God, it's just wild. It's just wild. But after this war, and maybe Trump moves to the economy, but he can't totally because it's not all good news. So does he go?
Yeah, and I don't know what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
The weather has been kind of goofy, but I think there's a tropical system that's going to leave a lot of water on Louisiana. I don't know that they needed it, but Mississippi and Alabama have a drought, and Georgia too, and I think that's going to maybe help.
Yeah, tropical storm Arthur, right, coming through.
Yeah, Arthur. So we'll see what that's going to do.
The bad part about that is it's going to dump all at one time, and that
is the problem. Yeah,
tough to manage that.
But yeah,
but it's better not having.
I don't know. It's very interesting to see where we are, and then the World Cup is here, and we bought all into that. That's for sure, and the stadiums look full. That's for sure.
Yeah, so people are going, but do you?
I just don't have any interest in it at all.
I don't either.
And, I had a theory, and it didn't go over big today, but when I gave it. But my theory is the women are liking it because these are good-looking men wearing tight, colorful outfits and short shorts. and that's why they're watching. And if she was on the other foot, and these were the best looking women from around the world kicking the ball, we'd be watching it too. Probably.
Well, you remember, I'm sure you do, the Lingerie Football League.
Yeah, but this is legitimate, though. See, that's why the girls. It's not a strip show.
But
this isn't the.
Yeah, but I mean,
these guys are great-looking guys.
Yeah.
Who are athletic, wearing man buns, and they look great, and they're running around.
But we're not watching the women's soccer. I'm not watching the men's or women's.
They're in the Women's World Cup, is there?
I don't know.
I mean, this is maybe the biggest hype machine in the world. Is this World Cup thing where you're watching Croatia? Most people don't even know where these places. And I don't even think I know where Cape Verde is. I thought that was something, I don't know. But anyway, they were playing somebody legitimate the other day.
Yeah.
So this makes no sense to me, while we're having somebody like Cape Verde play France or something. It just, I don't know. I'm just not into soccer. I don't think they score enough. You can end the game with a 1-1 tie, and everybody seems to be okay with that.
I played soccer as a kid, and I still don't fully understand the game watching it. I mean, I played for like 3 years. I don't understand how the timing works altogether. I don't understand how the penalties work. But if they're like any other professional sport, it's the discretion of the referee. So, Of course, you'll never know, unless you study.
I don't know. It's just not something I'm involved with. And I went back and watched repeats of The Landman.
Which is great.
It really is. Those guys are all in shape. I mean, my God, they're running around for 90 minutes out there.
They got to be in shape.
They're so in shape. So why would people that would be interested in that, why not be interested in those guys? So,
okay, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I would say the same for like the NBA and stuff too.
Yeah, I think a lot of that the women interest is they're looking at the guys.
Yeah, and, sure.
So okay, but they just won't admit it. No, it's not politically correct.
No, now I will say too, like I will go back if Portugal makes it to like the final whatever. I might watch it because my grandparents are from Portugal, but that's all. It's not because I want to enjoy the game. I don't know. It's just not exciting enough.
You watch it and nothing happens.
Okay, fair.
And that's just how they're set up. I love football. I love baseball. I like racing from F1 to NASCAR. I like it all. I've never been a big tennis fan either. Hockey, it seems to be the same thing as soccer, except it's on ice and people are hitting balls with sticks. But in this case, they're kicking,
I don't disagree.
Hockey's faster.
It is faster for sure. But like I'm looking at the score for Congo and against Portugal today, 1-1. Can you imagine watching that for an hour and a half?
And you watch that. Somebody said, "Let's watch the highlights." I said, "How's that go? About 30 seconds?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I know, I'm sorry if they like it, people like it,
and it's fine. I mean, everybody got their own thing.
My dad used to say, if we all liked the same woman, we'd be married to her.
Do you know how many times I re-quote you with that? I do it twice a week.
True.
Twice a week, I do it.
True.
I don't like this car. I don't like this. Well, if we all like the same car,
like the same thing, we'd be home.
It's a great saying. But you're right about the soccer.
Did you see this? The Chick-fil-A has been beaten out in customer satisfaction.
Come on, who
First
beats?
Time in
wait,
12 or 13 years.
Is it In-N-Out Burger that beats them? Who beats them?
Jersey Mike's,
the sandwich shop.
Yeah, I saw one today near my house, and I may go in there just to see if they're going to treat me.
I like their sandwiches. I mean,
have you? I never had one.
Yeah, we got one in our.
It's just like
town.
Subway, right?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I don't know this, but I feel like the ingredients seem good quality at Jersey Mike's. I'm not saying they're bad at Subway. They just seem a little
higher.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and probably a little more expensive. Too. That's fascinating.
KFC is up. Popeyes is down. Chick-fil-A is, leads in the chicken world.
Yeah.
But overall, Jersey Mike's beats Chick-fil-A.
Wow. I've always felt, and you don't have them where you are, but I've always felt like when I look at customer service, I always used to think that Disneyland was the standard. I always felt like
they are, and they are to a point.
Yeah.
I mean, people like Dollywood and people like Opryland, when it was existing, they would send I think there was almost like a behind-the-scenes school that some of these people could take in hospitality. I think the people at Graceland studied some Disneyland.
Same thing.
Technique.
Okay, yeah, I've always felt like that. And so the first time I ever went to an In-N-Out Burger, I felt like I was at a Disneyland restaurant. They seem to overdo it, but I like it. How are you today?
I love In-N-Out, and they're all over the place.
Do you have
around
them there?
Nashville, starting to be.
Yeah. Okay.
Not yet, not in Alabama, but they're starting to be.
Yeah.
A couple of different locations in Nashville, and they're starting to come east a little bit,
They
which I
seem to have a good
couldn't be
customer
happy.
service.
Yeah, people love them. I love
Yeah.
them. I love them. I like them a lot better than Whataburger, but they'll slap you in Texas for saying that.
Yeah. I won't say it.
That's
Well,
the home hamburger, so I don't
which
know.
Texas is half the United States, so you got to be careful.
Yeah,
I mean, it's big.
Whataburger's okay, but I think
I've never been. What's the draw for the Whataburger?
it's like an In-N-Out burger. It's just been there a long
Okay.
time.
Okay. All
Been
right.
there a long
Good
time.
customer service?
Not particularly.
Okay. So there you go.
I mean, the ones I've been to, as a matter of fact, no, or I would go to them more. The
Yeah.
one that's near my
Interesting.
house is terrible. Uh, you know, ordering and getting your food and getting it right.
Yeah. Boy, that's too bad. I think customer service. That's interesting to me. Jersey Mike's. You got to try it.
Yeah,
The sandwiches
Jersey
are pretty
Mike's,
good.
that's a good spot. I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, check them out.
Flying sure
Yeah.
seemed like a lot of plane crashes lately.
Don't say that. I don't like that.
F-18 went down in Mount Rainier. Never heard anybody talk about that particularly. The B-52 pooping out there at Edwards Air Force Base,
saw
killing
that,
eight.
yeah.
The skydiving plane.
Yeah, what was that?
Killed. Who knows? I mean, I've personally have reported a few times on skydiver planes. Sometimes they're not as maintained as maybe I think they should be, or something's happening because they're sometimes older planes, and I don't know. I mean but that's going on. Then I've seen a lot of little single engines land in neighborhoods and in the ponds and just stuff. I mean, it's been a lot of. I don't know what that's all about, but
I don't either, but you're right about that. I don't and skydiving planes too. I've always thought that they were kind of subpar, but I didn't know it, and I also thought that's okay because they're wearing parachutes.
yeah.
So,
And
I mean,
these are some of these planes like B-52 and that one
yeah,
crashing just after takeoff, and there's no time to get out of anything.
yeah. What was that?
Well, even you had the crashes there. The two jets that
two
ran into each other,
F-15s.
at Mountain Air Force Base. So
Yeah, Mountain Home. Yeah, and so yeah, there's been a lot lately in the news.
those
with
were
that.
F-18s, and that was an F-18 that went down.
Oh, it was.
They heard the engine. It was campers heard it. It went boom, boom, and just kind of had a blowout of the engine. And boy, those engines go. They don't float.
Right. They're like
not
a
coasting.
rocket.
They're like a rock.
Yeah.
And so I think the pilot got out. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
And the plane crashed in the forest. And maybe that's why we didn't hear much about it, because the
Happened in the
pilot
forest.
survived,
Oh.
and the pilot survived.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
The B-52 was what, eight crew members or something like that? It was a
Yeah,
lot.
they had some Boeing people on there
Yeah.
testing a radar system. So that's what.
Oh, what a shame.
That's why they used to keep two at Edwards, and they use them for test platforms. A long time ago, I think they used the B-47, but then they used the B-52 for the X-15 and early shuttle test. We're done with the 747, but they've always involved B-52s, cruise missile testing, all kinds of things.
I always loved the B-52. I thought it was just
big old thing.
big old
It's a
flying
monster thing.
fortress kind of thing.
It is,
Yeah.
and it's huge.
Yeah. I've never seen
It's
one.
been
in person.
around a long time. People have been around since 1955. Yeah, but there's not a plane flying
That was
that's
original.
not had completely new engines,
Yeah.
real new engines, completely everything rebuilt, avionics rebuilt.
How
All
does,
these planes are maybe they're in an old skin, but they're pretty much new.
How does just size wise, just to put it in perspective for people?
It's skinny.
Uh-huh.
It's longer than a football field
Holy cow.
and wider than a football field. It's big,
I would
180
guess.
something. It's huge. It's a big plane. So big they got wheels on the end of the wings. So those wings are so big they almost flap.
Really?
And then so that wheel will touch, and so the wing's not touching the ground.
Interesting.
So I did see Disclosure Day, the
And
Spielberg movie.
was it good?
Cinema Score, which is the exit poll of first night viewers, gave it a B.
Okay.
And before I saw that, I gave it A minus, and I may have reduced it to a B plus. It's good.
Okay.
I don't think it was great by any terms. I could see it again, I think.
It's not scary like a horror movie, is it?
No, it's not. It's about disclosing that we have aliens that have been visiting here for a while.
Is this a political message, Jimmy?
No,
Okay.
I just think it's a message that's saying that if we did find out that these aliens were here, and it's pretty convincing that they might be
Is it?
here.
Well, I mean, movies do that. I mean, I tend to believe actors before I believe
I mean,
politicians.
they're using some fact-based things, and then the Roswell and some of the other things, they're making that come to life. Like
Okay.
we really did capture some people, which we don't know if they did or
No,
not.
we have no idea.
And I don't know what I mean. Someone that said would shake people's religion, and I don't think that's true. And that's what the movie addresses. I mean, if you think that you believe in God, I believe in God, and I do believe that it's not impossible with all these. We've seen all these other solar systems that are out there.
Yeah, yeah.
That this isn't the only place he was working.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
So, I mean, it's not out of my mind if that has occurred, and doesn't bother me if there are other people living in other systems.
I mean, honestly, we have so many species already living here. It would be hard to say, well, the ones from other planets can't live here.
But
I mean,
it's a movie that I went by myself, and as I was leaving, I so wanted to stop and talk to somebody about it.
interesting.
You're in one of those movies you want to talk to
Yeah. Oh,
someone,
yeah, for sure.
and what I just saw, and talk about what I just saw, and that would have, and it's that kind of movie. So
Well, I'll see it and then we can talk about it because I want to see it too, but I didn't want to see it if it's scary, and I know my wife wouldn't want to see it.
no, it's not scary.
Okay.
It's a chase movie. They're looking for these people that are kind of running from the corporate government, that wants to keep all this a secret. The other thing is Toy Story. I've already bought my tickets for that. That's opening this weekend.
Always good.
Man, for me and two little kids and me, and I think they're getting a drink and popcorn. I don't know, but either way, it was $91
Whoa. For three people.
for two little kids and me.
Wow.
And
Still
with a
fun
little,
though.
and maybe or maybe not. I bought popcorn. I don't know. I think I did, but
When was the
that's
last
crazy.
movie you went to before that with kids?
Well, I mean, maybe it was that much. I don't know. It just seemed like it was sticker shock
That does seem
for me.
high, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't been for so long.
I know. It's just we are so out of the system of going to the movies as a society. I mean, on Saturday in the summer, I don't think I missed a Saturday
Yeah,
unless my family was on vacation. That's what we did.
I'm telling you, even as a young adult, it was date night. I
We
mean,
did that a lot. That
dinner
was
and a
where
movie.
we'd go, whether it was the drive-in
Yeah,
or the regular theater.
yeah, for
And I
sure.
just have great memories of that. Now, not so much. I mean, who can go to the movie at $91 a pop? How many
Not once
children's
a
movies
week.
can you see?
I mean, that's $400 a month. No way. That's a car
Yeah, you
payment.
can't do that. So it was interesting. I mean, I went to see IMAX, the Spielberg movie. I don't remember what it cost, maybe $15 or $20.
So that's even.
But that's in a matinee showing. But
Yeah, I don't know what it
whatever,
is on a regular night. I know
whatever.
my kids go. My son and his wife go all the time. They bought like movie passes or some kind of thing where
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
buy.
join the whatever it's called, stubs or
They
something.
do that. Yeah, they kind of like that generation has kind of started going back, but not like we did. I mean, with that we saw every movie.
Oh yeah.
I never saw anything at home. I
Well, there
saw.
wasn't an option to see it somewhere
That's
else.
also true. So
you
that
know.
splits the audience up a little bit, I would
But
say.
there's nothing like being in a movie, that's doing whatever that's going to play with your emotions, whether it's Jurassic Park or Love Story or Bambi or whatever it is. It's just or comedy like Animal House or some great comedy.
God,
Those
Animal
are
House.
fun.
Oh my God, so
Those were
good.
so fun. It was
So
fun to
good.
laugh with people. It's fun to laugh with a group.
Yeah, it is with a big. It's fun. Like I don't know. Recently, the Top Gun movies, you still get applause out of those audiences when the good guy gets the bad guy, and it's you still get that applause with 100 people. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think that's I think
that's
great.
cool. Something great patriotic moment or something like that.
Can I see Disclosure Day at home, or do I have to go to the theater?
No, I think you go see it at the theater.
Okay.
I saw it in IMAX,
Okay.
and glad that I did. I
Yeah,
mean,
fair enough.
again, when I was in school, if I got a B plus on something, I didn't cry.
Yeah.
B plus is good.
Yeah. I
Very
agree.
good.
I agree.
It's a well done movie, not a perfect movie, but it's not Closer Encounters. I mean, the bar is so high for Spielberg.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he came out of retirement really to do this one.
Saving Private Ryan was one of the
so good.
best of its kind.
Yeah.
Close Encounters, Jaws, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones. I mean, all these things that Spielberg did were all just, I mean, the bar is just infinitely high. So he's had a couple of movies that didn't do that kind of business. War of the Worlds was one of them, and I don't remember what I thought was wrong with it.
I don't either, but I talked to people who saw it that didn't like it. Like some of the younger generation, I saw it, don't like it. I said it's a remake, kind of, sort of, and they're like, well, I don't.
Boy, those things were creepy with that eye on that. Into that arm
for sure. But he is a genius. I mean, let's not.
He makes great movies. He's a wonderful person to talk to. I so respect him. John Williams scores in this, and it's one of those scores that's kind of a hidden. It's there, but it's not in your face very much.
He, by the way, is still one of our biggest podcast hits. The interview you did with Spielberg, it's huge. You can go back and listen to it. I mean, we have it on there. But I
put a couple of them together or something.
Yeah, but it was really popular. I mean, people like to hear what he has to say, so it's interesting. But he pretty much retired and then came back and did this. And
I love this movie that was considered a bomb, 1941.
That was a great movie. Yeah, I love that movie.
It's got John Belushi and got Dan Aykroyd. Movie. I think that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, but again, going back to what your dad used to say, if we all had the same taste, you know? So.
Yep.
But some movies people just eat up, like your Toy Story movies. Those are so funny. They're so good.
I've been kind of have a Dutton Farm. The Dutton Ranch.
Yeah. Any good?
It started out pretty strong. Mm-hmm. In the middle of it, it lagged to me.
Yeah.
And then really lagged around episode 5 and 6. I believe it's 7 that's airing this week.
Okay.
And the previews of it's going to be a hot dog.
Okay.
And then it's going to really finish strong on 8. So there's going to be a lot of action. So if you've not started to watch it, go ahead and binge the first 6 and be ready for episodes 7 and 8.
Okay. Now I got to ask you something, because this is your forte. I mean, you've done movies for a long time and critiqued them and all that. And the shows now, I've noticed that both my wife and I will watch 1, 2, 3 shows or something, and 4 shows, and then we just quit watching it. Is that happening to you too? Are they designed to fall off a little bit and then
you mean like a series?
Yeah, I just can't seem to get into it. And
sometimes you can't just get into the characters.
Yeah, maybe it's just us.
I probably would have bailed out of the Madison.
Yeah,
but I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay,
I always have.
And so you stayed with it.
So I stayed with it because of her.
Was it good? Did it finish strong?
Yeah, but it was emotional, and it was a difficult pill to swallow. It was sad.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
And I'm not really into sad, but I stood. I did it.
You got to be in the mood for that, I think.
It's high quality.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, Jimmy,
there are things to watch. On Paramount Plus. To me, remains the best one of all the series.
And it's still the only one I don't have. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get rid of Apple and go to that. I don't know.
Apple, I've had enough of that. Although they do have F1 racing on there.
That's the one thing I keep it for.
There's a reason to keep it then.
Yeah, and I was buying F1 separately, so and they do a nice job with it. They really do. Yeah. For sure. Well, it's been enlightening, entertaining, and for me, therapeutic. Until next week, I'm Derik Walker. He is.
Thank you. I'm Jimmy Carter.
Good day.